Maido. Hi there, Japan fans. In today's show, we're going to continue with our subject of opening the talk. Present, master shimashou. This is the 5th year of the Presentations Japan Series podcast, and we are beaming around the world to you from sunny Minato-ku in Tokyo. And I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guide committed to your success, the president of Dale Carnegie Training Tokyo, Japan, and 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, Japan Business Mastery, and my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. All are available on Amazon. Through this podcast, I want to help you become a better speaker who is clear, confident, persuasive, and highly influential with those around you. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentations Japan Series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan Series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan Series. Every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. This is episode number 265, and this is part 2 of opening our presentation. Today we're going to look at part 2 of opening our speech. In the last episode, we used an analogy, the startling statement, and starting with some good news. We also cover the do's and don'ts of how to use questions with the audience. Here are 2 more openings we can apply to our talks: storytelling and using compliments. Start with an incident. Storytelling is one of the most powerful tools in the speaker's toolkit. Every day, we are bombarded with stories. It could be dramas on television, novels we are reading, movies we are watching, and even the news programs. When we were children, our parents read stories to us at bedtime, and so we are incredibly open to stories. In a way, we are not open to hearing opinions or statements. Stories do not have to be long. Today, with an abundance of impatience, massive distraction everywhere, and people's ever-decreasing micro concentration spans, the opportunity to tell a long story in business is gone. We can tell a short story and still take our audience with us, employing their mind's eye to be with us in the location, in the season, with the people, and absorbed with the drama of the situation. Let's look at some varieties of stories we can employ for a business context. Number 1, personal experience. This is the most powerful story because it is real life. We love to learn from the successes and, even better, the failures of others. Which speech opening would grab your attention more? Let me tell you how I made my first $10 million. Or, let me tell you how I lost my first $10 million. I think we would all want to hear how I lost the $10 million because that sounds more dramatic and we can learn from others' mistakes. Relating corporate victory after victory and outlining the perfect coalition of circumstances to explain what a triumph it has been for our organization is reeking of propaganda, and our audience cannot identify with what we are saying. Telling them war stories of failure and redemption tend to work extremely well because in exposing our failures, we have shown we are like everyone else, and the audience can more easily identify with us. Find out more. We come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Today's show is being sponsored by, on the 25th of November, we'll be doing professional leadership, vision, mission, values. On the 2nd of December, we'll be doing professional leadership, looking at the innovation process. On the 7th and 8th, we're doing high impact presentations in Japanese. On the 9th, we're doing professional leadership, looking at solving problems and making decisions. On the 14th of December, we're doing our course preview. And on the 16th, we're doing in our professional leadership series, the planning process. Check out our website at www.dale, D-A-L-E, hyphen, Carnegie, C-A-R-N-E-G-I-E, .co.jp. Lots and lots of value for you there. Now, to do better in Japan, email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, that's the Bible for selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery, and my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. If you like learning by watching videos, there are over 1,000 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, which is the premier business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. Don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. Number 2, third party. We have a limited number of personal experiences to draw on, but we have unlimited experiences available if we include those of others. Sometimes we prefer to use a third party if we need some strong evidence or credibility. We're exposed to third party stories all of the time, but we let them slip away. It may be something we saw on the news or in documentaries, or we read in magazines or in biographies. We come across a great story, but we just move on without thinking, well, that would be a great story for a talk. Let me capture that and store it away for a future speech. We should be trawling through whatever we are reading with a part of our brain looking for speech material and having a good system to be able to access it easily at a future point. Number 3, historical. When we add our experiences, the experience of others, and then the entire history of experiences in the world throughout history, we have an unbelievable resource available to us to draw upon. There is an avalanche of material coming to us down through the ages where people have faced similar situations to what we are facing today. We're often accessing this information, but not capturing it. We should capture it for our talks. Pay a compliment. Number 1, listeners. We can relate our topic to all of the people in the room in the audience. For example, have you heard that most people are scared of public speaking? This is only because they are not received any training. No one is born a gifted speaker. It is a learnt skill. If you get the training, then your fear of public speaking will disappear completely. Every person has been scared of public speaking at one time or another, so they can immediately bond with us when we bring it up. They'll be all ears to hear what we have to say on the subject. Number 2, organisation. We relate our topic to the broader organisation rather than to individuals. For example, your organisation has such a phenomenal reputation for excellence. Let me tell you why. When you hear that opening, you are very interested to hear what comes next because You like compliments, and you are also keen to make sure what the speaker says is accurate. Number 3, individual. We can relate what we are saying to one person. For example, I was chatting with Tanaka-san before we started, and she made a very insightful comment. Everyone will want to know what Tanaka-san said, and Tanaka-san will be delighted with the recognition. The speaker first impression is vital. We have to plan to make it a success, and there are many tools available to us. Try the tools I've included in parts 1 and 2 of how to open your talk. Remember, public speaking has never had this degree of difficulty ever in history. The internet is a click away, and people will leave us in a heartbeat if what we say doesn't sound interesting or valuable. The way they determine if it is worth listening to is from how we start. We must get the design right, or our messages will not transmit to the audience. And if that is the case, we have missed a great opportunity to build our personal and professional brands. Thank you for joining the Presentations Japan series. If you got value from today's show, spread the love around and share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Immediately apply what you have learned today. Use it and go out there and become a presentations legend. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.